Hello and welcome back to the Eyes on the NFL podcast. Week 2 of the NFL season is underway right now, actually. It is Thursday, the 15th of September, and unfortunately we are missing the Chiefs versus the Chargers game. But we have a pretty good slate of games coming up, and me, Evo, and my co-host Joe Spinoza are going to be previewing each game this week. Joe, how are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good. I'm excited for Monday. Waiting all day for Monday night. So,
as the music keeps rolling on,
we love the rock music, man? We're rock fans. We rock out at Eyes on the NFL.
As the rock rocks on, why don't we read the bottom scroll, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, follow us on Twitter at EvoKnowsAll and Real Joe Spinoza, along with our channel's Twitter account at Eyes on the NFL for all the best clips as the music dies. Again, that is at Eyes on the NFL for all the best clips. We only have 40 followers on Twitter. We need to start promoting it more.
Yeah, dude, I've gotten.
You're the moneymaker here.
Dude, I've gotten over 100 followers since the start of the season, so I'm breaking in followers on the personal.
I hit what I hit. I hit 700 in the past. I hit 600 like 2 weeks ago. Hit 700 today. So the growth. Well, I'm not as polarizing as you. So
be polarizing. What? I'm beloved. Everyone. No one says, "Oh, Joe, he's pretty nice."
Yeah. So you're the moneymaker. You need to promote. I promote all I can, but we need the big guns.
But then sports tweeter Matthias, I thought he had a podcast. Like he talks about like the tone setters. I'm like, oh, that's his podcast. But
let's not give him any free publicity.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They all love me though. All the characters of Rainbow Vikings Twitter.
Joe, this is a football podcast, not a political podcast.
It's not
a life podcast either.
I just talked about Rainbow Vikings Twitter.
Okay, first game of the week, Chiefs Chargers going on right now. I believe it's 10-0. Is it still 10-0?
Yeah, don't spoil anything from here on because I was able to pause it, so I watched the first quarter. I believe it was 10-0, and the Chiefs were driving, so we're not spoiling it.
We're not.
After that, because I'm going to watch this, I'm going to skip ahead, and I'm going to sleep.
Bet.
We had different picks, though.
We did pick these games before the podcast off air. Joe, did you want to tell them our picks?
Yeah, so Evo and I are usually lockstep in terms of at least who's going to win. We think we varied on maybe one or two games last week, but usually at least in terms of the winner, we're in agreement. But this one, no, because it's a great game. We both had it being close. But Evo had the Chargers winning 29-27, which currently looks pretty good. And I said, I'm not going to bet against Patty Mahomes and the boys. And I had the Chiefs winning 34-30. Anything can happen. Obviously, neither of these teams, I don't care what the score is in the first quarter, will be out in the first quarter. So,
yeah, I just dropped I don't know if you saw. I hope you saw because I sent it to 2 group chats we're in. But I did my power rankings for week 2, and they are 3rd and 4th respectively. So this just it could go either way, and no matter what, I don't think either of these teams are going to fall or rise that much just because they're both like such good teams. You can't really rise that much from 3 though, can you?
Not really. That's a bronze medal.
So yeah, not much conversation there because as you're watching this, the game is already finished. So why go into a in-depth breakdown?
Like old takes exposed.
Exactly. It's like, we're just setting ourselves up for failure there. But next game, Cowboys, Bengals. No,
I had this one last thing. Is even if we're right, they'll be like, oh, they're lying. They're actually recording it after the game. And
I don't think people care about the Eyes on the NFL podcast that much.
Well, then we look like Nostradamus.
Cowboys, Bengals. Dak got hurt last week. He is out at least, I think, until their bye week. So
Jerry Jones says he's going to be back
Jerry Jones is an idiot. So
what, Jerry? He built dynasties, man.
Joe Burrow, awful last week. Threw some picks. I mean, hey, if there's any person that can that can exploit Joe Burrow. It's Trayvon Diggs, the pick master. So,
Dude, Trayvon.
that is a marquee matchup.
We need that like epic handshake meme. It's like me and Trayvon Diggs exposing Joe Burrow.
That'd be a good one. If you didn't know, Joe Spinoza is going after Joe Burrow because right now, as it stands, for Joe at least, when Tom Brady retires, Joe Burrow is the only person standing in Kirk's way to being top 5.
Yeah, he is, because I mean, we'll talk about the other guys, and we talked about it last week's recap. Stafford and Carr and Russell Wilson, like these guys are defecating themselves.
They are.
It's also it's between big leader and big rape. Those are like the two guys, honestly, who are in Kirk's way.
Yeah. This game.
Massage.
Yeah, that's probably a better word to use on the internet. This game is not going to be good. I don't see how the Cowboys, and I am not high on the Bengals. I just don't see how the Cowboys like win this game. Like I do not see I don't see a path to victory.
One word, okay. Halloween.
But I saw a path to victory there. There were some serious holes in the Vikings, and obviously there's holes in the Bengals, but they're not as prominent. And it's just I don't like usually when a team wins, you can go, oh well, at least they had that going for them. What do the Cowboys have going for them in this game?
Micah Parsons.
That's
Trayvon
it.
Diggs.
Don't even like.
Well, I'm not high on Trayvon Diggs, but here's what I'll say about Trayvon is that in this kind of situation, it's like when you have a team that I think is good in competing, the volatility of Trayvon Diggs is a negative. But when you're a team that's kind of fighting and you're on the outside looking in, the volatility is the upside because he gives you a puncher's chance. So that's the thing with Trayvon, where now you can have. There's a chance where, yeah, he gets beat by Chase and you lose by 25 instead of 18. But there's also a better chance that he has a pick 6 and you win 23-20. So,
yeah, without going too much further into this game, because it's really just going to be a stinker. I think either way, whether it's a good game or not, it's still going to be a stinker. I'm going to say 24-13 Bengals.
Wow. We have the same score differential, except I'm different on the field goal. I have Bengals 27-16. I already have my scores locked in, so I'm not basing it off either. They're already in the sheet.
What was the spread on that game, by the way?
Cincinnati by 7.5.
That is a tough spread, but especially it's in Dallas, right? I put this in correct?
Yep.
All right, yeah. Next, Browns versus Jets. I told Joe before the show that if we go over a minute on this game, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm just going to go right into it. I'm going to go. Never mind. I'm 16-10 Jets.
Jets.
Jets. All right,
on the road against Jacoby Brissett, former Patriot.
What?
Bold, Evo, bold.
You're so bold.
I have the Brownies 20-9. I don't know if that 9 will be.
That's such an on brand.
I don't know what it will be. 3 field goals, but it'll be something weird.
Actually, that score seems almost too perfect for this game.
Yeah. But yeah, the Browns still have talent elsewhere, and the Jets don't have talent outside of like a rookie. So
yeah, that's true.
Naldo, sorry.
That's sorry, Naldo. Lions versus Commanders. This is you're gonna have to fact check me on this. First time that the Lions have been favored in a football game for 2 years. And
yeah, I saw something like that.
It's against Walk It
over 20 weeks.
Yeah, it's 20 weeks. I think that's it. Tough game. I think this is a pretty evenly matched game.
So I'll say this, Evo. Tell me if you agree, because I actually had this little idea come up because I was, Lions spaces where they're kind of.
I'm not in them.
Well, I like blue and silver.
Yeah, I see him in the spaces all the time.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But I was kind of thinking, because if you look at this game, it's kind of like the JV version of our game in terms of, let's just little preview of what we're going to talk about with Vikings and Eagles. You have those two teams are trying to say, hey, listen, we are not second tier. We are firmly contenders in the NFC. And I feel like this is like the undercard JV version of the Commies and Lions saying, like, hey, we're not like garbage teams. We are going to compete for the playoffs. It's like, it's very
Joe,
similar because
you
it's
can't
two
say
evenly
commies
matched
on a
teams.
podcast.
It's two evenly matched teams trying to say, like, hey, we're pretty good teams and we can vie for the playoffs. So this is actually one of the games kind of similar to last week, Commies versus Jags. And that was a good game.
I hate you. I'm gonna take walk it to him and the boys. I honestly think this might be high scoring, even though the two offenses are just like atrocious. I'm gonna go. Let's go 28-22 Commanders.
That was last week's score. And Evo, I had the Commodores winning 28-24. So we're right there.
Next game
could be Wentz in a lifetime quarterback. And also,
without even acknowledging what you just said, I'm gonna move on.
And first and second overall picks in 2016.
Oh, see now if this was 2018, that storyline would be banging right now. But it's not.
You come out like Wentz with the MVP season, Goff making the Super Bowl.
This is like a Thursday, like the opening game of the season.
This is Mahomes Allen in an alternate universe.
Yeah. This could be the game of the week: Saints versus Bucks. The Saints usually have the Bucks number in the regular season. I think the Saints have a better overall roster this season than they did last season. The Bucks, who knows what's going on there? Bucks coming off a tough showing against the Cowboys, even though they blew them out. Defense looked good as always, but again, they were playing the Cowboys, and then the offense just did not look that good. Saints had to win a come-from-behind win against the Atlanta Falcons. Who else?
The Atlanta Corrals.
This is a nice game, nice looking game. I'm in the what do they call it? Metrodome?
No, it's the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
The Superdome. Yeah, in the Superdome.
That's Minnesota was the Metrodome.
Yeah, it's gonna be rowdy. Joe, any thoughts on this game?
Tom Brady is back and obviously playing, and I like part of it is because he wants to be away from Giselle. But here's the thing: is Brady always sees a chip on his shoulder, and he's literally done everything. Like it's hard to conceive of anything that he could possibly do that motivate him. But I think the fact that he's 0-4 in the regular season versus the Saints, really rubs him the wrong way. So I feel like this is like one of the games he's going to be extra motivated for, and he's going to be motivating everyone else. So I'm going to go with the phony goat in this one.
The phony goat. This is a Patriots fan, by the way, everyone. I'm going to see. I think the Saints are going to win, but I need to get my score right. It'll probably be more of a defensive battle, and I will take the Saints 20. Let's go 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's going to make it 20 to 2 touchdowns and 20-17. And actually, throw in a failed 2-point conversion in there, and we're going to make it 20-16. The Saints.
Nice. I have Brady and the boys 25-21, but I just got to see if hopefully I'll get this right. If we can show this. Is this what's going to happen at the end?
James, hey, by the way, hey, happy belated birthday to our boy James.
I didn't see that it was his birthday. I didn't want to post fake news.
I think it was. I don't quote me on this, but I think it was his sister posted a TikTok with him, and they were doing like a little TikTok dance. It was cute, and the caption was.
He had a fresh cut.
I did not see his fresh cut.
He has a fresh cut.
Hey, the day that James gets he just shaves, clean shaven James. Hopefully one day, friend of the show. I hope he's our first guest.
Oh my God, what I would do for James to be a guest. So yeah,
But
I have
yeah.
Bucks 25-21.
Are you writing mine down, by the way?
Oh yeah, I have the sheet. I got it all.
All right, next game shouldn't take too long. Giants-Panthers. Giants coming off of a surprising win over the Titans, and they're playing another pretty good running back in Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers. Baker Mayfield looking to bounce back. Joe?
Well, last week my star of the week. I think both of our stars of the week were garbage. So
Mine was like just average. Yours was just yours would have been average if they got a win.
Yeah. So, but again, you got to look at trends. Baker and the boys really look good in the second half. How about those day balls to go for it on the 2-point conversion? Get it?
I get it. I'm just
the day
not
balls.
Yeah, I get it.
But I have Baker redemption 22-17.
I like that score. I'm gonna go the Giants, however, see, this is why I need to come prepared. I have the Giants at 27-23.
High scoring affair.
I mean, two of the best running backs in the league, it looks like. If Saquon can, I don't think he's going to replicate what he did last week, but same elements. Maybe Daniel Jones, because both defenses are really, really bad, and both offenses, while as a whole aren't that good, have elements that can be good, and I think that's all it's going to take against these awful, awful defenses.
Panthers don't have an awful defense. They have talent.
It's getting there. They're like they're stars and they're like the Rams. They're discount Rams defense. They have Brian Burns, cool. Jeremy Chin, cool. J.C. Horn, but like last week, I don't really know what he looked like. Did he look good? Because he played well, and then he tore his Achilles, or no, he broke it.
Shaq Thompson. They still have him, right?
Yeah, they have like singular guys, but not like a collective units.
Well, not many teams have like units, but whatever. We're talking too much about this game.
Yeah, Steelers, Patriots, battle of the mid. I have no strong
legendary franchises, most Super Bowls.
If any game was going to be like the Iowa versus whatever game, it's this game. 5-3 is a very realistic score.
Evo. I'm thinking of the number 12. You know what 12 is? You cut out. Do you know what the number of Super Bowls these teams have? NFL royalty.
And they're both mid. They're both
12 Super Bowls is mid, huh? And how many Super Bowls in your lifetime?
How many Super Bowls does Kirk Cousins have? Does that mean he's not good?
Well, so it's a having a Super Bowl is a sufficient but not necessary condition.
I feel that. Okay.
But again, this is a team thing. This is a team thing.
Okay, Joe, give me your analysis other than the fact that they have won a Super Bowl in the past.
Many Super Bowls, and not that far in the past. Like, we were alive. It's not like we're Cowboys fans.
Joe, what is your analysis?
My analysis is that these are defense-first teams that are well coached. Without TJ Watt, I feel a lot better about my Patriots. I know Brady was always there, but Patriots always dominated Pittsburgh. It was insane. Mitch Trubisky is so bad. Looks like Mac Jones is feeling good. There was a little back issue, but I think he's gonna be cleared to play. It's gonna be low scoring. I have the Patriots winning 16-13. That
was right in my head. So I'm just go 16-12 then.
Patriots?
Steelers, because they're coming off an electrifying win.
Eva, you're trying to disagree with me. This is going to be
no. The Steelers objectively played better than the Patriots.
Hold on, Eva. Let's see this. Other than the commies and the
Stop calling them that, Joe. I don't associate with that.
Other than the Commodores and the Bengals.
Because none of these games are just flat out like
5 of the 7 games we're disagreeing on.
Okay. Are we keeping records, by the way? We should probably keep records.
What?
We should probably keep our records and at the end of the year compare.
Oh, I have them. I have everything in the sheet.
I know, but like below it. It's never
Oh,
mind.
I already did that, Evo. I have week 1. I have all the scores put in.
What's our record? What's my record?
Hold on. I'll have to put it in the function as
Function Excel R.
If
Is R like the thing, the coding thing R? Is that just matrices?
a lot of matrices. So just like your scores overall, you just like winning who won, not against the spread.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You were correct on 7 games, looks like.
That's not good. 7 out of 16.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm
And
at
then
79. Put some AirPods in, Joe.
I don't have them on me. Hold on. And then you. And sorry, that's F. E. Wait, I was correct on 7. Wait, hold on.
Sorry, this is supposed to be a sports podcast. Now you can currently hear me through Joe Spinosa's speakers.
This makes it. Wait, hold on. We were both wrong on the Giants. Correct here.
While he's doing that, I am going to move on to the Jags Colts. The Jags seem to have the Colts number in Duval. Colts are coming off a tie against the Texans, which is just another bad team. I think this game can be closer than what.
Wait, oh, sorry, Evo. I was 10 and I had 10 wins. I copied your score. I was 10. You were 7.
Dope.
I was right. I'll go get my AirPods. You speak.
All right. Jags Colts. Hopefully ETN gets more of a role because he played a pretty good amount of snaps, but just didn't he missed. He dropped and was overthrown on a touchdown. So Kirk looked nice. Trevor Lawrence, the accuracy still doesn't look elite like it has to be, but gets there, and Trayvon Walker looks like a stud. So I think this Jags team can compete with the Colts much more than people are giving them credit for. So for that reason, I'm actually going to go with a Jags upset against the Colts in a 18-14 win. 18-17 win. Jags upset. I can't hear you, Joe.
You have Los Jaguars. You said what? 18-14?
18-17 Jags. Duval.
All right, so you're going Jags in the under. I, on the other hand, am saying enough is enough. There is not a curse of Duval. You're going to see this later because we're going to get to other teams. You're going to see the teams that underperformed in week 1 take out all their aggression on these inferior opponents. But it's not going to be
Rams and the Falcons.
Yeah. But it's not going to be as bad because I actually do kind of respect the Jags and it is in Duval. But the Colts aren't losing this one. 27-21 Indy.
Speaking of Rams Falcons, here we go. Rams Falcons. I actually had the same, not like the same mindset, but I think you're going to pick a Rams blowout, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. The Rams just looked like sloppy. The Falcons are coming off an overachieving loss, and I think it's just going to flip. I think the Rams are just going to maul the Falcons.
I agree.
With a score of 38. We'll go 38-7 to pay homage to the late great, or not the late and great, but to pay homage to Case Keenum.
Wow. You have an even bigger blowout than I do. I have a 31-13 Rams. But still.
Yeah, I just said I was thinking of a blowout score, and being a Vikings fan, the first blowout score that comes to my mind is 38-7. So
I wasn't even around back then. So.
Going with my gut. Next, what also could be a game of the week. two very high-powered offenses. You got the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. We got the Dolphins with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Notice how I didn't say Tua. Key to this game, Tua can't suck, but that is a huge if. So, spread?
The Ravens favored by 3.5.
That's a pretty good spread. I like
It's
that.
very tough. Very tough number because I think Miami has a lot of talent. A lot of talent there.
On the Sports Headlines podcast with Sean Davis and Warner Sanker, I picked the Dolphins for an upset, but the Ravens to cover the spread, and I'm going to do the no.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I was thinking Dolphins minus 3.5. Sorry. Dolphins win.
If you're an underdog and win, you cover.
Shut up, Joe. I know. Dolphins win, and it has to be a high-scoring game. No, it doesn't, because Tua sucks. I don't think about these things coming in. I just do it on the fly, which just makes it more organic. See, I know who's gonna win. I just don't know the scores.
Oh, you know who's gonna win. That's why you were 7-9 last week.
It was an off week. It's the first week of the season. How am I supposed to know? Yeah. You know, I feel like all my scores are hovering around the same point, but this one is going to differentiate from the others. 31 to 27 Dolphins. 31-27.
You're going over. I'm right. I'm like my score is right at the over under is 44.5. I have the total score at 45. But I have the Ravens 24-21.
What's the key to victory here for the Ravens?
Miami has a bad quarterback. You have a pretty good quarterback and a good defense.
Wow. Eyes on the NFL podcast where we give very in-depth analysis.
No, honestly though, like sometimes it is that simple. In many ways, like retrospectively, you can go back and diagnose things that happen. But at the end of the day, these rosters' talent levels are quite similar. Granted, different positions, like the skill position players in Miami are much better. But, I mean, Mark Andrews kind of makes it closer as a tight end. The line is better in Baltimore. Defense, I think, is more complete. It's give and take, but it's in Baltimore. And I'm going to give the edge to Lamar because Tua is just that bad.
Yeah, I agree. Or I don't agree, but I
no, you don't agree.
Stop correcting me. I can correct you on everything you say, Joe. Like, by the way, I was just thinking about this. You didn't clip anything last episode or the episode prior to that. You need to especially clip the Vikings part because that's what will get us viewership.
True.
Especially, but what's great about this is it's at the very back of the it's the last thing we're going to talk about because it's the last game of the week, and so all these Vikings fans, if this mentioned clip gets some attention. People are going to be coming and they're like, oh, let's watch this. It's going to be like an hour of just straight nonsense about random games and then 15 minutes of Vikings talk.
Yeah. So,
but I actually need you to clip some stuff, funny stuff. Yeah, we need to have 2 clips per episode.
All right, you got to give me ideas of what clips. You got to give me ideas.
Just think, what was the best conversation we had? Okay, let's clip that. And what was the funniest thing that happened? Was it Boomers with Bad Takes, which is actually coming up next, or was it something that Joe Spinoza
said? When I said you like that.
Is my Boomers with Bad Takes not here? Do I have to make a Boomers with Bad Takes? All right, we're making a banner right now. Stay tuned for Boomers with Bad Takes on the Eyes on the NFL podcast.
Coming up momentarily.
And as I give the floor to Joe Spinoza.
Welcome back. It still says Ravens and Dolphins, but we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for Boomers with Bad Takes. So first, we start off with the post about the game coming up on Monday for the Vikings. It's funny because despite the win against the Packers, there are still bad takes. They weren't that hard to find. Granted, it was harder than normal. I will say that because off season, any other time, like every post was bad. And it was one post would give you 5 bad takes. So the hard part was sifting through which one was show worthy. This one you kind of had to like load more. But here we have it was like a Vikings Facebook post, upcoming game on Monday. And you have Christian saying, oh, sorry, no, this is Sherry. Sherry. Oh God, ... We do not do well with Monday night games. Space, exclamation point, exclamation point. Coach, ellipsis. Let's change that. Space, 5 exclamation points. And then Tom.
Is that even a bad take? Or is that just a funny one?
It's
Or is that just funny punctuation?
I mean, it's very boomerish. Like that's like
It is, but that only covers the first part of boomers with bad takes. It's just boomers. This boomer didn't have a bad take. What was her name?
Sherry.
Justice for Sherry. She's getting so much bad publicity right now. She's just a boomer, all right? What can she do? You're gonna get canceled, Joe. We're gonna have to cancel your show.
Why?
Because you're giving bad publicity to people who don't deserve it.
I didn't say
it's gonna get taken off the air.
So here is Craig. So the Vikings posted the injury report, and he says, "I'm always worried about facing the Eagles over there. They never seem to win there, like hardly ever!" All caps, exclamation points. I hope for a change. Skull. I think like you've won like every time since that championship game. Kirk Cousins is 6-3. Against.
That's another not bad take, Joe. You're getting owned by some boomers right now.
No, that's a bad take because like you lost because you lost in the NFC Championship game. But like when else do you lose against Philly?
I'll look it up. You continue.
Now I think you'll agree this one is a bad one, Evo. Tom says we need Sue. They will regret not having him for this game. I don't know which Ndamukong. I think you're talking about Ndamukong Sue. Maybe you're talking about another Sue who I don't know about. But the Ndamukong Sue I think you're referencing existed like 8 years ago. Evo was just like a little child. I was in high school. I don't think that Sue exists anymore.
Real quick, Joe. I just want to like the key to beating the Eagles isn't a free agent in Ndamukong Suh. Like,
no, it is. They're gonna regret it. And then David, who looks very cool. He has a very cool profile picture. That's all I'll say. Primetime Kurt, not Kirk. Kurt, gonna show you why he is 2-9 on primetime games. Hopefully, our new coach can change that culture. Skull. So I'll just leave it there.
I have a question for you, Joe. As I am pulling up the record, why do Kirk haters like call him Kurt?
Oh, because
it's
because I think it was Bruce Allen was an executive. He was the GM or he was some higher up in the Washington front office, and in a statement he called him Kurt. And then Skip Bayless started calling him Kurt. He's like, his own GM doesn't respect him. I'm not going to respect him. I call him Kirk Cousins. And then like the Kirk haters, like talking like the most sophisticated, intelligent sports analyst, Skip Bayless, latched onto it. Which I'll just say this. We didn't get to this, but I'm not going to. But I might change my pick to Dallas because Cooper Rush, not much difference between Dak Prescott. And in many cases, he's more consistent than Dak Prescott.
Skip. By the way, I found, and you were actually right. Since 2010, the Vikings are 4-1 against the Eagles in the regular season and 4-2 overall. Obviously, in 2010, 24-14, In 2013, 48-30 Vikings. In 2016, the Vikings lost 10-21. Obviously, you had the infamous 2018 game in 38-7, but also you had a regular season matchup 23-21 Vikings, and then most recently 2019 38-20 Vikings. Hopefully, we can both hope and pray that the Minnesota Vikings keep this record going. But thank you, Joe. That was Boomers with Bad Takes. Is there anything clippable there? All right, we're back. Joe Spinoza cut out, or I cut out, one of the two.
We're doing picks. We're just doing picks.
We're just doing picks
boom,
because
boom, boom, boom.
now we have to meet a time quota so that I can edit this, because usually I don't edit them, and it has to be within 1 hour. So right now I think we're at. Let me check what we're at. Joe, talk while I'm checking.
Evo is going to be checking the score, not the score, the game that we're going to be previewing. I believe it to be Seattle at San Francisco.
37 minutes. We have 23 minutes to do this. 23.
All right. So, we have 23 minutes to do this. Yeah.
49ers, Seahawks. 49ers.
Evo is thinking, I will say, San Francisco is not going to lose to two bad teams in a row.
Nope.
It will be very bad for them if they do, because then they are screwed and might have to go back to Jimmy G. San Francisco 29-17. Evo, you're up.
24-19. 49ers. Next, Broncos versus Texans. Mid versus bad. Bad prevails. Actually, who did I pick? Nah, we're going to go with the Broncos at 26-14.
Wow, we're on the money with the 26 for the Broncos, but I have the Broncos 26-21 because I respect Davis the Neck Mills.
All right, next, Raiders versus Cardinals. I think this is a Raiders blowout game, but you got to respect Marquise Brown as he is going to light up my fantasy team. We're going to go with the Raiders at 34, the Cardinals at 24. Not blowout, but it's going to feel like one.
I have the Raiders winning as well. I have it 30-27.
30-27. Cool. Sunday Night Football. The Packers versus the Bears. The Bears down.
Bears.
Packers, no shot they lose to the Bears. You cannot lose to the Bears in Lambeau. Not happening. But it's gonna be kind of a sloppy one. 27 to. I say sloppy while I say 27, which is just weird. But 27-15, Packers.
Go Pack, go. I, on the other hand, have the Packers winning 33-10. They're going to take out their aggression. Aaron Rodgers owns the city of Chicago.
We next have a Titans-Bills game. The spread, I believe, is what? 10?
Bills by 10. Which,
no.
How rare is that?
Not happening. Home opponent by 10 against a team that could be a playoff team. Not happening. I do have the Bills winning, however, but it is not by 10 points. Defensive battle, I'm thinking. So, while still respecting Josh Allen, defensive battle, respecting Josh Allen, 24-17, Bills.
I have it as 31-23 Bills, so a little more offense heavy. Now we get to what
we arrive at the Vikings versus Eagles. But first, Joe, we still have to do our game of the week, our lock of the week, and our player of the week. I'm gonna flat out say it. Game of the week, Eagles Vikings.
Okay, I will concede that because I also think that is the game of the week. No, I'm gonna have to consider. These other games aren't really speaking to me, to be honest, especially now with Dak hurt.
Ravens Dolphins would be my backup.
I'm going with New England and Pittsburgh.
You're so weird. All right. Player of the week.
Pittsburgh.
Player of the week for me is going to be Tyreek Hill. One of either Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle. Can I do that?
I mean,
I'll ask Siri to flip a coin. Heads is Tyreek, tails is Jalen Waddle. Flip a coin. It's heads. Who was heads?
Yes.
Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek.
All right. And your player of the week?
Now you're making it tough on me, Evo. I didn't think about this. I'm
There
gonna
is
go. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
Whoa
Rodgers is gonna put the
beans.
league on notice again. Wait, hold on. Is
And
Tyreek?
sifting through this, sorry.
I'm just trying to. Oh yeah, trying to figure out how to spell Tyreek Hill. It's
Sifting through
EEK.
this, lock of the week is tough this week, but I'm gonna go Bengals over Cowboys. No, I don't like the Bengals.
Yeah,
I know
that's a
you don't
fair
like that
take.
pick.
No, but it's a fair take considering the state of the
The Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. I am going to. I made a
Speed it up,
mistake.
Joe.
I made a mistake. I'm okay. Stop. Now you're making.
We're already at 5 minutes.
The Rams.
What happened?
Los Angeles Rams. That's what I'm going with. Los Angeles Rams.
So we now have all of our picks in, and it is time to get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. Eagles versus Vikings. Let's do this. Eagles coming off of a win against the Lions, 38-35, I think it was. And the Vikings obviously coming off a 23-7 victory over the Green Bay Packers. Primetime game. Kirk not good primetime. We all know this, right, Joe?
Shut up.
Keys to victory for the Minnesota. We'll do keys to victory for both teams. Keys to victory for the Minnesota Vikings. Keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket. Jalen Hurts has proven that he is a probably below average pocket passer. You let him get outside the pocket. You give him the ability to make plays against receivers that can obviously outwork your corners. And you don't want to make your corners have to do too much against this receiving room, especially since the gap is so wide between the two. And Jalen Hurts can obviously make plays with his feet. So you have to keep him in the pocket. I think you can do that pretty effectively with a spy, that being Seen, Asamoah, Hicks, Kendricks. You have a lot of options. Jason said it perfectly in our group chat earlier. I think they'll mix it up between all of them. And then obviously you have that contain with Z and Daniil. You can also get some sacks. Jalen Hurts is obviously going to get his. AJ Brown obviously going to get his, but it's about limiting it. What is your biggest key to victory for the Vikings?
It's twofold on offense. It's as simple as don't let, in the words of Sam Monson on the PFF show earlier, don't let Jordan Davis molest Kirk Cousins, and that was his words. So yeah, just don't get completely dominated up front because I think the rest of the offense is super solid for the Vikings and matches up well. On defense, it is limiting scrambling from Hurts and Yak from AJ Brown. If you can keep, because AJ Brown can get 11 catches again, but you tackle him at the point of catch or fairly close to it. Say, hey, Jalen Hurts, beat us downfield. Devontae Smith didn't get a catch last week. Go target him 5, 6, 7 times, 20 plus yards downfield. If you throw it into a tight window and beat us, that's a risk we're willing to take to try to neutralize your scrambling and not let AJ Brown just go complete beast mode on us.
Yep, I like that. And keys to victory for the Eagles. What is the biggest key to victory to beat this Vikings team?
Play Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis played 24 snaps last week. 20 of his 22 snaps were in the A gap, which makes me think that they were mainly run stuffing.
While Joe Spinoza has cut out, we're going to allow him to reconnect, and I am going to talk for a second while Joe fixes, I think, his internet, which is what he's doing backstage. The biggest key to victory for the Eagles, I think, is blitz. Blitz, blitz, blitz. The offense is going to do their thing against a pretty mediocre defense in the Vikings. And while I know it's a false narrative to get Kirk Cousins under pressure, make him play under pressure, which as a Vikings fan, I know that sometimes is where Kirk thrives, sometimes in a primetime game on the road. If you put him under pressure, I think you limit the amount of times Justin Jefferson can get the ball, limits the amount of air yards he can get, but it also increases your chances at a turnover worthy play, and you're going to need all those that you can get against the Minnesota Vikings. Joe, you back?
Yeah, can you see me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Do
Yeah,
you
so
agree or disagree with what I just said, by the way?
I wouldn't say blitz, honestly, because Kirk has been so good against the blitz. You're going to need to get pressure with 4. And I think that when you blitz more, I think that that's kind of a recipe for disaster, honestly.
I think it's a risk you can be willing to take against um, objectively the 10th best quarterback in the league, a guy who isn't going to make plays outside of the pocket and usually isn't going to
He
escape.
dices up the blitz, and he's the
Okay,
6th or
but you have to
7th
listen to
best
me. You have to listen to
quarterback.
me. You're willing to take that risk at home against a quarterback that has shown, like, this is a fact. He gets flustered in primetime games. Whether he calms down or not, at least blitz the first quarter. Get him uncomfortable early. I'll change it. Get Kirk Cousins uncomfortable early. That's how you can win this game.
Oh, you do it, but yeah, you got to do it with 4. And that's why I say you got to play Jordan Davis. You got to play Jordan Davis because Fletcher Cox, at this stage of his career, yes, he'll win against Garrett Bradbury, but he's not going to win to the extent that.
Joe Spinoza has cut out yet again. So with that, I'm gonna give my prediction as I guess he tries to get right backstage. He's still frozen. One second. Oh, his screen's black now. But while I think we're gonna try and get him back in, I'll text him to leave and come back. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings in this game. Narrow victory. Many Vikings fans are speaking as if this is a just pure win. You start off the season 2-0, in my opinion, for the Vikings, and I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm taking 33-31 the Vikings. Joe has left the StreamYard. I guess I'll just give my prediction for player of the game, and it's going to be Dalvin Cook. I think they're going to be shadowing JJ and sort of double teaming him with Darius Slay, and so I think Justin Jefferson has a slower game, 80 yards, a touchdown, still really good. I'm Dalvin Cook. I'm mark it down 113 yards, 2 touchdowns for Dalvin Cook, player of the game for me. Joe, what's your prediction for the game and your player of the game?
113. I like that. No, so I'll just quickly condense it. Play Jordan Davis. He won most of the reps. He was out there. Most talented guys will beat Bradbury. Most guys will, but Jordan Davis will win like almost pretty much every time. You got to get pressure to Kirk up the middle. He will dice up the blitz. Even if you get to him from the outside, of course, that's better than nothing. But internal pressure is the key to beating Kirk, and you have to double Jefferson. If you play zone, then you have to have a Jefferson spy. You got to follow him at least a little bit to make sure that there is someone near him and on him at all times to put up some sort of resistance. So it's going to be a really tough game. I had this game marked down, and people say, Joe, you had the Vikings lose it to the Packers too. No, I didn't. I had it 23-20 Vikings. It's right in the Vikings score. So I'm not just picking against the Vikings every game. I've said since the beginning of the schedule coming out, it's going to be a very tough game. I have Philly winning this 30-27. Evo, I was not in here. What was your
had
score?
33-31 Vikings. And player of the game, although I was just saying my player of the game to fill time to let you back in, but I said Dalvin Cook with 113 and 2 touchdowns. My prediction for JJ was 80 yards and a touchdown.
I'll go. My player of the game will be Jordan Davis. I think that he will disrupt the run, and I think that he will get lots of pressure.
All right.
The big fella.
Looking like a pretty good week of the NFL.
Oh, Evo, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, shoot.
Would you have agreed to have Jordan Davis run full steam ahead and tackle you full pads for a Vikings Super Bowl?
Yes.
So you would risk permanent bodily harm and broken bones and for
do I have pads on, or is this just he just sees me in the street and just full sprints tackles me? Is this in a football setting? Is this in a football setting?
Yeah.
By the way, we do have like 5 minutes to get out of here. Hopefully 2, but
yeah, pads on.
Pads, football setting. I'm running with the football. He just clobbers me.
Yeah.
I'm taking, if I get to experience every single part of that Super Bowl here's the key. I would want to not know that because he did that, the Vikings are winning a Super Bowl. So I would not want to be conscious of the fact that the Vikings.
You'd want
are winning a
your
Super Bowl
mind
because of
erased. Like you'd agree to it,
I,
then your
I,
mind
I,
would be
I,
erased.
I would want to agree to that and then have like the deal erased so that I get to like, I'm sitting there with my broken arm, broken leg, broken ribs, punctured lung, and I get to watch every single game of the season and the Super Bowl win. I would totally take that deal.
But then how would you think that you got your broken everything?
Well, I would still like a football game and Jordan Davis just clobbered me,
He just said, I don't like the look on this kid's face.
Would you do that for an MVP season for Kirk Cousins?
No, sorry, Kirk.
Dang, that's tough.
No. I don't want to die.
Kirk Cousins officially Kirk Cousins will die if he has to die. If I die, I die.
Hey, give me 35 million a year.
If I die, I die, Joe.
35 million a year.
If I die, I die.
Hey, I didn't get that poison in me.
You've been very political this episode, and I don't like it.
Dog whistling. It's called dog whistling.
The music's playing. That means we're about to leave. Pretty cool week this week. I'm excited. Are you excited, Joe?
Oh, I'm waiting all day for Monday
Football is
night.
back. We're about to go watch the game.
I'm gonna go. Skip ahead.
But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. Subscribe, follow at Evo Knows All on Twitter, at JareelJustMost on Twitter, and then Joe should be coming out with 2 clips of this episode. Have a good one. Keep your eyes peeled.